These are the best ways to use flex tape. How do you cut flex tape? Should you cut flex tape with scissors? Never! When cutting flex tape, you always want to use a razor and cutting board. And make sure you are cutting on a stable surface. What about applying flex tape on a dirty, oily surface? Of course not! You should always thoroughly clean the surface before applying flex tape. And when applying flex tape, use firm, smooth pressure. A roller or squeegee can be used to take out any air bubbles or wrinkles. How do you store flex tape? When you're done with flex tape, should you store it somewhere hot? Of course not! You always want to keep flex tape cool and dry until you're ready to use it again. How to use flex tape at home? Can you patch a hole in your roof? Yes! You can use flex tape to patch a hole in your roof to keep your home dry until a repairman can come out. Can you patch a water heater with flex tape? No! You can fix a temporary leak, but flex tape is not designed to withstand extreme heat or pressure. Also, if you have one of these water tanks to keep drinking water, flex tape should not be used. However, you can always use flex tape on a water leak on a PVC pipe as long as it's not pressurized. Does flex tape work on aluminum surfaces? Absolutely! A surface like corrugated roof panel is a great project to tackle with flex tape. Can I fix my above-ground pool? Yes! You can even repair your above-ground pool by applying flex tape on both the inside and the exterior lining. And remember to never use flex tape on any electrical repair. How to use flex tape for your car? Can I fix a seat in my car? Of course! Patch a tear in your car seats. Just check seat material for adhesion. What about the exterior of your car? Don't even think about using flex tape on your car's exhaust. It gets way too hot. And you should never, ever consider using flex tape to try and fix any problem on your tires. But you can use flex tape on your side mirror, or to reattach your hanging bumper. And if you use clear flex tape, you can fix your busted headlight even in the rain. Never, ever use flex tape to fix or cover a gasoline tank or containers with any flammable chemicals. How to use flex tape for your marine activities. It can help repair a small rip on the canvas on the top of your boat. It can also help with a rip on your boat seat. And when you need a quick jet ski fix, flex tape has your back. Our super strong waterproof tape is perfect for aquatic equipment repairs. How to use flex tape on different surfaces. Not sure if flex tape will work on the surface you're trying to use it on? Always take a small strip and test it on the surface you're trying to fix. How to use flex tape on wood surfaces? Well, flex tape will work on wood, but it'll depend on the type of wood and location. Smooth concrete surfaces work better than concrete that's rough and dusty. Either wood or concrete surfaces should be smooth and clean for flex tape to work best. And it's always best to test flex tape on fabrics because it may not adhere to some of them. For it to work best, always apply flex tape to a fabric on a hard, flat surface and use a roller. Flex tape may not work on all plastic surfaces, so it's always best to test it first. And one of the greatest things about flex tape is, it does work on wet surfaces. Flex tape, because it works.